Coming up on Mountain News this morning, module homes have arrived in the Skyview High community, marking a new step in Perry County's flood recovery. And two elementary schools in Clay County were ranked the best out of every elementary school in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Thursday, November 20th. The time is now 6:29. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, it was feeling good outside this morning.
It was feeling good outside as you start off your Thursday, but it is a little bit foggy, so keep that in mind as you are heading out the door. Drive a little bit carefully and maybe add in a little bit extra time on your morning drive. Here's a look at that current visibility. We are under that dense fog advisory for Campbell County, Claiborne County, Lee, and Wise County. So keep that in mind. Now, in terms of rain chances, though, we're nice and clear, so you won't see any rain impacting your drive. But as we head into the afternoon, we are going to see some chances for heavier rain, primarily for our more southern counties. That will continue overnight and into your Friday morning. Now, in terms of temperatures, though, we are sitting in the 50s, nice and comfortable to start off your day, with temperatures warming into the upper 50s and low 60s by the afternoon. Neely.
Megan, thank you. In Western Kentucky, police are investigating after a car was hit by a train. It happened in Davis County Tuesday at approximately 10 p.m. The incident occurred at the tracks of the intersection of East 9th Street and Center Street. Police say the car had been stranded on the tracks. Officers say no one was hurt, and the accident reconstruction unit is investigating. We are learning new details about a lawsuit against an Eastern Kentucky truck driver and a Virginia-based trucking company after a deadly crash on Interstate 75 that killed a 16-year-old Tristan Brown of Madison County and hurt his father and sister. The truck driver has faced charges and violations before. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton explains, the suit comes as the teenager's family looks to find some good after the bad.
A young man who had his struggles but had so much life ahead of him.
Yeah, Tristan started struggling with his mental health in 5th grade. He was bullied at school.
But he turned that trauma to treatment. Then sadly, on July 20th, he was killed when police say a semi-truck crashed into the truck that he and his family were in. Tristan's family is suing the semi-truck driver, David Turner, and the trucking company.
And after we lost him, we had so many kids come up and say, Tristan helped us in such a dark time in my life.
In his absence, they are working to carry on the work their son started, all the while seeking justice for the life lost.
We want to know what happened that day, and we just want to bring awareness to safe driving.
According to our research and court records, David Turner has faced a number of alcohol and driving-related charges in the past. Now, we could not find a DUI charge. However, he was once cited with having an open container of alcohol in a motor vehicle. Also, he had faced charges for reckless driving and for speeding. The lawsuit mentions Turner's criminal history and the distraction leading up to the crash.
You know, the source of that distraction at this point, we don't know. We have suspicions, but it is without question. The way the traffic pattern was that day, the way traffic had stopped, the weather conditions were perfect for driving.
Holland also says vehicle enforcement cited Turner and noted that the driver did not apply his brakes until after the collision occurred. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
We reached out to Hill Trucking Company for comment. They own the truck Turner was driving and are also named as defendants. But when we mentioned the lawsuit, they hung up. A Floyd County teen was sentenced to 8 years in prison for his role in a parking garage shooting. Brandon Poston's charge was amended from first-degree assault to second-degree. The incident happened last year in the Pikeville parking garage. The victim in that shooting had to be taken to Pikeville Medical Center for treatment. Modular homes arrived in the Skyview High Ground community yesterday, marking a new step in Perry County's flood recovery. The first set of module homes were delivered yesterday afternoon as part of the governor's module housing initiative. County leaders say these factory-built homes can be installed faster and more affordable than traditional houses, helping families move out of flood-prone areas sooner.
This is something that people have been waiting on for years now. Everyone knows how devastating the floods are, and everyone knows what a sacrifice and an effort it's been ever since then. We still have folks who are living in campers and trailers right now. To be able to see a sense of permanency, to be able to see home, that's just a big deal for all of us.
County officials say this is far from the end of their efforts to help folks move to higher ground. Pikeville Medical Center officials announced a new partnership yesterday, which is expected to expand access to pediatric care. PMC's Med2 Children's Hospital joined the affiliate networks with UK's Children's, providing Pikeville's patients with access to a slew of resources, education, support, and in-house consultation opportunities with pediatric specialists in Lexington. Hospital leaders say the partnership is a major milestone, saying the affiliate network strengthens the dedication to serving families and children in Eastern Kentucky by providing connections to keep children's health care at the forefront.
For families, I think it reassures them of not just the commitment locally, but also knowing that, if they need to come to Lexington, we're available. But in many cases, they can get what they need right here at some of the clinics that they offer. So it allows them not to have to travel long distances.
Dr. Day says the affiliate network aligns the hospital in a mission to provide consistent, high-quality treatment to families no matter where they are. A group of students in Floyd County is addressing the food insecurity issues in the region by taking a different approach to agriculture. WIMT's Buddy Forbes has a peek at what they're planting.
Something is growing in Grethel.
Everybody's so excited about it, and teamwork. Teamwork is a big thing with hydroponics and traditional farming.
And 7th graders at John M. Stumbo are putting in the work.
What we are trying to do is create a way where in Eastern Kentucky we can have our own food source that we came up with, and we can make some money out of this and get our area's economy to skyrocket like it was in the 90s.
Middle school science teacher Andy Burke planted the seeds of his idea during a summer drawing on Kinship Institute, hoping to show students there are innovative ways to approach agriculture in Appalachia.
What about hydroponics? How does traditional farming compare to hydroponics?
So he worked with other educators to create the Hydroponics Lab, using grant funding from the Floyd County Soil Conservation District, and brought in school custodian Mary Hall Tackett to teach the kids about gardening.
In order to do that, we have to learn how to grow our own food. So these students are taking this problem and connecting it to real world problems and are able to solve this problem on their own.
He says the project quickly took root, producing a lot of passion from Floyd County's youngest farmers, as they learned more about the area's decline in profitable exports.
Back in the day, there's all kinds of coal mines. That's where we made our money. And now, all the coal mines are dug out everywhere.
Learning how hydroponics, growing plants without soil, could be a game changer for the future of farming.
Because our land does not have the nutrients, it's rocky.
With a dream of spreading the word and sharing the fruits, or at least the vegetables, of their labor, students say they feel like they are on the path to giving back.
Feeling like a real scientist, because we're taking notes and stuff. We have to measure the EC and the pH.
The project has also inspired other work, including graphic designs created by several students and a 3D printed trellis to help support the sprouts, with students discovering something about life, even through the dead plants.
You can't predict it, and that's perfectly fine because you can learn from that.
In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The class hopes to soon begin selling t-shirts to help fund an expanded hydroponics lab with a dream to grow enough to begin feeding the people of Grethel. The Kentucky Department of Education says during the 2024-2025 school year, 2 elementary schools in Clay County were ranked the best out of every elementary school in the Commonwealth. Oneida Elementary came out on top with that #1 spot. The criteria was based on a few things such as test scores, school safety, and the overall environment of the school. Principal Thomas Hayden says the school's small size helped them earn this accomplishment.
To be honest, just loving them, just like they're your own child. I mean, because you don't go into education thinking you're going to make a lot of money. You do it for the love and the accomplishment of seeing a child grow and be able to grasp a concept and see their face light up. That's reward enough, and just making them feel like they're a part of something.
Hayden says the accomplishment can also be attributed to great district leadership. Several Eastern Kentucky elementary, middle, and high schools made the top 10 in the state. One 10-year-old in the mountains created a ministry to spread the word of God. Tate Russell is the kid behind Tate's Treasures, a ministry that gives Bibles out to kids or even adults who may not own one. Tate was born with Down syndrome, but makes it clear it's his heart that people will remember. Tate has a passion for Jesus, church, and giving gifts, and his mom, Christy Allen, says Tate's ministry is about reminding folks that they are loved.
And we hope that this project will continue to expand and will continue to touch lives that Tate touches daily.
Tate has given Bibles to local middle and elementary schools and has plans to give out more. You can follow his Facebook page, Tate's Treasures, to follow his ministry journey. Next week, hunters in West Virginia will be able to set their sights on a buck and take a shot at harvesting it. Buck firearm season runs through December 7th in that state. Governor Patrick Morrisey hosted a news conference discussing the start of the season and how hunters can prepare. It will be open for 2 weeks in every county except Logan, McDowell, Mingo, and Wyoming. The West Virginia Division of Natural Resources director spoke about safety measures hunters must take.
Hunters, be sure to wear 400 inches of blaze orange. And when shooting, identify your target and what is beyond. Safety is always our first and top priority when out hunting.
All big game must be field tagged and electronically checked at wvhunt.com. And this year, if folks have trouble locating a deer after it's been killed, they will be able to use a drone to track it. But only one leash dog may be used for recovery.
Let's talk temperatures as you're starting off your Thursday. You can expect a range of the 50s. However, some folks are hanging out in the 40s this morning. 43 in Moorhead, 46 for Stanton and Louisa, 45 in Wise. And as we head into the afternoon, we will see some warmth of those temperatures, but these cloudy skies that we're watching this morning will be transitioning into a rain chance, primarily for our more southern counties. So keep that in mind as you might need that raincoat as you're heading into the evening. This morning, expect those foggy conditions, temperatures in the 50s, and by the time you're heading home, we're looking at those temperatures in the low 60s with cloudy skies. Some folks seeing that chance for rain. Neely.
All right, Megan, sounds good. Thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42, and still to come on Mountain News this morning, advances in technology such as artificial intelligence are helping diabetes patients better manage their blood sugar. We'll tell you how.